Hello everyone. In this video we will learn how to set up yet another simple automated flow that supports our SharePoint list workflow. This time we will learn how to automatically add custom watermarks to PDFs when they're attached to a list item. As always, before we begin, please remember to support our channel by liking the video and subscribing. We will start by clicking Create and selecting the Automated Cloud Flow option in this case. We will then select the SharePoint When an Item is Created trigger. We will first need to define our SharePoint site address and list name in our trigger step. We will need to select these same two values for each SharePoint action in our flow, so I'll be glazing over that from here on out. For the purposes of this flow, we are envisioning that PDFs are being attached to list items as file attachments rather than URL links or anything else. With that in mind, we will add a new action and look for the SharePoint Get Attachments action. After our details are selected, we will use the ID value from our trigger to define the item we're getting our attachments from. Now we will incorporate an action to make sure our attachment is a PDF. We can accomplish this with a simple condition. In our condition, we will check that the value displayName contains a PDF extension. This is an easy way to validate the document type for the purposes of this flow, and our flow will now do nothing when documents other than PDF are attached to items on this list. To account for the possibility of multiple PDF attachments, our flow may automatically wrap this action in a for each control. In the true branch of our condition, we will now add a new action and look for the SharePoint Get Attachment Content action. We will use the ID from our trigger to define our item once again, and we will use the file identifier value from our Get Attachments action to get our PDF contents. We will now incorporate our watermarking action. We will add a new action, and then we will search for Cloudmersive connectors. From here, we will look for the PDF connector with the pink logo, and once we find it, we will click See More to view the actions list. We should find an action called Add a Text Watermark to a PDF near the top of this list, and once we find it, we can select it. As a quick aside, we will first need to configure our connection with a Cloudmersive API key if we haven't done that already. We will need a premium Power Automate account to use Cloudmersive connectors, but we can use them at no additional cost with a free API key. Free API keys allow a limit of 800 API calls per month with 0 commitments. We will now set the text content of our custom watermark. After we enter our text, we can add the PDF attachment content and display name to our request. And we can then navigate down to the advanced parameters to customize our watermark further. Here, we can select the font family, size, color, and transparency of our watermark. The default settings create a standard red Times New Roman watermark with half transparency, and I will keep most of these settings as they are here. In the final step of our flow, we will attach the watermarked version of our PDF back to the SharePoint list item. We will do that using the SharePoint Add Attachment action below our watermark step. We will use the triggering list item ID to specify that we're changing the original item, and we can then name our file however we want. In my example, I will simply type watermarked into the file name value and then add the original display name directly after. This provides the extension to write a PDF. In the file content field, we will add the output file bytes from our watermarking step. We will now save and test our flow by adding an example PDF to our SharePoint list. When our flow finishes running, we will find the watermarked version of our PDF attached alongside the original PDF. Those with access to our list now have access to a watermarked PDF, and we can also use this version in any automated approval emails that we might have implemented to support our team. That concludes this video. If you have any questions about using Cloudmersive PDF APIs in your Power Automate workflows, please feel free to contact any member of our team.